This is the magicwordpodcast.com.
I can't tell you how happy I am after 1,010 days to say welcome to Las Vegas. Welcome to Magic Live. Welcome to New Orleans. We're here. Thank you all for
This is the first full day of activities, and we are here in the theater that seats about 800 people, and so it's the first session. There'll be another one this afternoon. And so I'm excited. I think those of you who are listening already to the first day of activities heard that me chat with Master Payne, so he's going to be the first up here shortly. But while I'm sitting here, by the way, I've got somebody who is a good friend and recently got to hook up with when we were taping the Masters of Illusion. Please welcome Trig Watson. Hey, Trig.
Oh, wow. It's good to be welcomed.
Finally.
Hello.
I finally get around to it. I have to talk so much. I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
You're having M&Ms for breakfast?
I'm having M&Ms for breakfast, yeah.
I just had my usual 2 donuts and coffee. They don't have a Dunkin' here, but they have good...
They don't.
Good, but they got some
I did have
Krispy
room
Kremes.
service and had like eggs and hash browns and fruit
you're a
and
star.
pancakes. And
Who has room service but stars? You are a star celebrity,
it's the
man.
first time I've ever gotten room service at the Orleans.
Really?
So I must be moving up in the world. That I decided I was entitled to that.
You
sort of
are
treatment.
entitled. If somebody would, I think you're the guy.
All right, I'll take it.
So are you coming back to Austin, San Antonio anytime soon to work at
Yes.
Scott Pepper's Theater? Or?
I am. June. You'll edit out the pause for me to search my calendar, right?
No, I don't.
June 11th, like June...
Mid-June.
18? Yeah, June 15, 18, something like that.
Okay.
And Scott Pepper's here as well.
Oh, is he? Well,
So he could confirm probably the
not surprised, with the 1,600 people here. So what'd you think of last night's pizza party?
I heard it was great.
So you didn't come?
I didn't make it. I was seeing some other shows, so I didn't make it out.
What'd you see?
I saw 2 Chris Angel shows back to back.
The same
It was
show?
a lot of Chris Angel.
Is that Rustica?
No, not
What's it called?
No, Mystica.
A Mystica, okay.
Mystica. Yep.
So what are the two
I have
shows?
many thoughts and feelings, but this may not be the appropriate place to share them. I think Chris is certainly doing innovative. Man, good to see you.
Well,
he's certainly doing innovative work, and he's a force that I don't think can be ignored in the magic world.
you can't.
So, as someone that likes to say I've seen all the shows,
Now you've seen all the shows.
I've seen all the shows. So, those big production shows, Chris works very hard to run the show like a machine. And I think in some ways that makes it difficult to analyze audience response because there's, definite applause moments that are, the production kind of helps create. So it's in the name of sort of creating a consistent audience experience every night and the tools that are used to do that, I think it makes it very difficult to really judge, the audience response as well.
When you're saying you saw back-to-back, it was the same show?
No.
You went,
I saw Chris Angel's Mind Freak, and then I saw his new show, his ensemble show, Mystica.
So does he go from one show across the street to the other show or something?
It's the same theater.
Okay.
And his 7 o'clock
different
is his main show, and his second show, 9:30, is a completely different show. 20-person cast, Cirque du Soleil
The Cirque
level.
show. Okay.
Yeah. Completely different, format.
Yeah.
One's a variety show that has a loose narrative, very Cirque du Soleil-esque. And then the other is his, main show.
Now here at Magic Live, you're here to hang out and just watch. You're not part of anything.
I'm here to be reminded why I'm a magician.
I like that.
So I'm hoping it happens.
Well, you got 4 days to get it figured out.
Yeah, exactly. I just I like to come to be inspired and, just see good work and that gets me excited.
These sessions are always good, for that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Sitting over here to my other side, by the way, it's Matthew O'Neill from the Juniors Club of the Magic Castle. And Matthew, good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
This isn't your first Magic Live,
No, this
though,
is
is it?
first Magic Live.
And what's your experience been so far? I guess last night was a pizza party. And
I'm a kid in a candy store. This is unbelievable.
what did you think about the dealer's room?
Dealer's room was absolutely overwhelming, and I did my best to pace myself and told myself I would not impulsively buy anything, and then followed to, and then I followed to. I immediately impulsively bought stuff, but I think these things were pretty good. There were some really, really amazing products that came out. There's some amazing booths. Something I want to, shout out is metal writing. Have you seen that?
No.
It's unbelievable. It's named anything engraved in metal in a pocket watch or an amulet. It's really, really unbelievable. Also, Losander with his floating glass, where you can float any glass, Losander
wine
style.
glass kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be a wine glass. It could be anything. Really, really unbelievable stuff. And then really, just everybody brought their A game this year, it seems like.
Well, Stan always likes to have the dealers present something new here that they haven't sold yet before. So, I understand that Nick DeFat sold, or I should say, Gabe Fiore over Potter had sold all of the books he brought of Nick DeFat. Nick was signing his books last night, so they sold out quickly last night.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So they're taking orders, I guess, then now. But, it was just jam-packed. You couldn't hardly... I felt like I was in a carnival midway, with so many people just jammed in there.
Yeah.
So you bought some stuff, but I hear also you reserved a little bit, thinking, I'm going to get back to that a little bit later.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple things, but now I still have my eye on a few things. I bought a poster.
Did you? Of?
Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful Chungling Su poster. It's a landscape one with him from his over-the-shoulder perspective, the Chungling Su, the Chinese conjurer, and then you see this really dramatic smoke coming up while you see the faces of the audience looking shocked and flabbergasted and gobsmacked and all the other adjectives. Yeah.
So was this from Lupe, the Nielsen?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Lupe Nielsen.
Very cool. Well, you're getting the right stuff. That's good.
It's good stuff. Being here, it's just, I'm really lucky I get to hang out at the castle a lot, so I get to see all sorts of magic celebrities of the magic world. But then I come here, and they're all just hanging out, and they're a bunch of regular dudes, and it's like, I don't know, Derek Delgadio showed up, right? And, you see him talking with people, and they're like, oh, hi, I'm Derek. Nice, that's it.
Just regular people, right?
Everyone here, it's so, bonding and fraternal, and it's very cool. And also, I've dedicated my life to magic now, so I want...
And you're how old, 18?
20. Yeah. But, this is my whole life, so just feeling really accepted and immersed in the magic community and seeing these A-level people, see what I do and be like, that's cool stuff. It's unbelievable. Show them a card trick and they're like, wow. And I'm like, yes, this is the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, I'm through the roof. I'm literally ecstatic right now. This is amazing.
Sitting on top of the world.
This is how it feels. So this is the best thing ever.
Great. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
Remember this feeling. Don't lose that feeling.
I won't.
All right, from Magic Live, that was Matthew O'Neill, along with Trig Watson, Scotty out. So we just finished with the second of the afternoon sessions, and we had 3 different sessions, and I'm here with Diamond Jim. Hey, Diamond.
Hello, hey, good to see you again.
So which sessions did you go to this afternoon?
I went to Josh Jays and Michael Weber.
Same ones I did. The other one was Christopher T. Magician, I think.
Yes, I believe it was
What
on...
was he talking about?
I think he was talking about kid show magic.
That's kind of what I thought, which is why I was with you.
Right, yeah,
Just
I don't
similar
do
stuff.
those too often anymore, so...
No, that's true. So I just was talking about Bamboozlers with you a little bit earlier. You say that's at the printer. What's the status here?
Yeah, so Bamboozlers 4, that I've only been working on for the last 9 years. People have been pestering me for 9 years when the new book's coming out, and so we're about 3 months away. So they're being printed now, and then unfortunately, the company I use, they print in China. And so
it's all in Chinese and English, huh?
Things are backed up. No, it's in English. But things are all backed up, as you know, at the ports, so it takes a little longer. Instead of a month, it takes several months.
Supply chain is really,
So, the Bamboozler deck is out, but Volume 4, that long-awaited it, will be here soon. So.
Explain the Bamboozler deck also.
So the Bamboozler deck, what I did, because the Bamboozlers is not just bar bets, it's impromptu magic and jokes and puzzles. So what I did for the deck is I pulled 52 different bar bets out of the book and then made something that would be succinct on a card that just gives them the problem and not the solution.
Okay.
Because sometimes, with a book, you see the answer and you think, oh, this is so simple, this is so easy, because the answer is being spoon-fed to you because you can see the illustration as to how it works.
Sure.
So with the cards, when you present them with just a challenge, you can actually lay the card right in front of them and all they have is the problem that they have to ponder. And so I think, you don't even have to speak. You can just put it right in front of someone, and they have to solve the puzzle.
So is it an actual deck of cards? Or it has like 5 of spades and everything?
It's a beautiful deck of cards. So it's a deck of cards you can actually play with, but if you are into cardistry or you like cool-looking boxes and things, it looks like monarchs or whatever. They look like really beautiful cards.
The back design is made by you
also?
Yeah,
with I don't know. I'll let you describe it to your viewers here, but wouldn't you say that's a beautiful?
It is.
Yeah.
That's classic, kind of. I would say 1800s type of cowboy saloon type of look or something.
Yeah. So it's a special royal blue paper that I've found in Dallas with a gold leaf on it.
Each card has a gold leaf, like and everything,
no,
or just the box.
The cards themselves have a back design that's leaves and things, but hidden in it is a lot of imagery, things used for bar bets. There's coins hidden in there, there's matchsticks, so you have to look really close. It's almost like Where's Waldo, but for bar items.
I assume you designed this.
Yes. Me and designer Phil Smith, who created the DMC deck, probably the best-selling mark deck.
Yeah.
He created my diamond cards, my diamond mark cards, and these Bamboozler cards as well.
Yeah.
So he's amazing. He's awesome.
So aside from stuff that you've got that you're selling, have you been buying anything or found anything?
I'm not really selling. I'm just showing.
I know you're not. You didn't bring anything to sell.
No, I know. But no, I bought several little things. I always have to recharge my battery and buy some toys.
So what'd you find? That's what I'm always interested to see.
I just bought from this guy right here, this booth, Ultimate Fire Products. He has a handheld little confetti launcher.
Huh, really?
I don't own one, so now I have one, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll figure out some reason to use it. And I'll have fun with it, I'm sure. Just to enter a room and say Diamond Jim's here and the confetti launches out,
Well, that's not a bad
idea. It's a way to
idea.
make an entrance. So,
those little party poppers that's got confetti?
Of course, yeah.
I've been using that for a long time, like as an MC bit.
Yeah, and I just always buy, sometimes I'll buy backups of things that I use for years. And, I can't.
Anything else you've seen?
I'm thinking about getting the Legacy wallet from Yal Miranda.
Explain that. What is that?
It's a couple $1,000 item, but basically anything that someone says appears on the back of your business card that you pull out of your business card wallet.
Okay.
And it's written in either pen or pencil, whatever you want.
What's that called? Legacy?
Legacy, and it's very expensive, but I kind of like that. That means less people will be doing it.
You just took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say.
So I don't mind. And then for me, it'll pay for itself in, one show. So
Tannen's has a floating table idea. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
It's called Lift. So you go over there, they've got a little room. They take you back like 2 at a time.
Oh, cool.
And they show it to you.
Very cool.
It's not a gimmick. It's a method that you can do impromptu anywhere to lift a table.
Interesting.
And so you're buying the manuscript for $40, basically.
I know some ways to do that that I've read in books, and I'm wondering if it's something that they've adapted.
Could be. I'd like for you to go and see it, and maybe
I want to see. I want to see if there's the. Yeah. No.
They said no gimmick, impromptu, without anything.
Interesting. I can't wait to see it.
It is kind of cool.
No.
Well, what about everything else? I mean, so far we're just getting day one started, and you were here yesterday, I guess, for the pizza party and the big.
I went to the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Pinball Hall?
Yeah.
I've not been to that one yet.
Yeah, so it's their new location.
Where's that?
It's close to here, maybe 5-10 minutes from here. But I collect pinball machines. I always go to pinball festivals. So, it was fun to go see. You just go put in quarters and play, and I was there for hours with friends playing old pinball machines.
Now, wait a minute. You pay, at the door? That way
No, you just walk in. It's free to walk in, and then he's got a change machine. And some games cost $0.25, some games cost $2.
Because there are some places in Houston I have been where you just pay
a flat fee.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can also even be a member and you can come in.
Well, this guy, what he did is amazing. So his location that they had originally was just a dingy kind of warehouse. Well, over 10, 20 years, he saved up $1 million worth of quarters and bought the spot that he's in now.
Wow.
Because he was leasing an old building. Now he's bought his own space, and he's got a huge neon sign like what you enter Vegas, the sign you think of, but it's like Pinball Hall of Fame, and it's a bigger, brighter location, so family friendly. And
does he have the history of pinballs in there, or something like a museum, or is it just a place to go play?
Unfortunately, not. It's just a cool collection of
I didn't know if he
pinball
had
and
Pachinko
arcades
and stuff. Or
no, he does have some arcade and some other things, but for the most part, it's mostly pinball.
Let me go back to the convention. What about the session this morning?
Oh, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed Master's Payne talk. I thought he was very funny. I loved Louis D'Amato's,
Wow.
The way he solved the problem of what do I do during this pandemic, to survive.
Yeah.
And his, drive-in movie theater idea I thought was genius, and his hybrid show idea I thought was very clever. Something I think I want to use going forward.
Yeah.
To have a hybrid show like that. I thought that was very smart. It would be half virtual, half live audience. I thought that was very clever.
Speaking of virtual shows, we were just watching Michael Weber doing that boomerang trick, basically, with the rulers and the things. I thought it worked great on virtual, because he was doing it with the camera.
Yeah.
Although you could do it, of course, live.
I've never thought about doing that on camera. That
there you go.
Really, really, really good.
Did you get one? I was thinking about it.
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
So.
because that'd be perfect for a virtual show, but you can do it, of course, live as well.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Diamond Jim, always good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Always good to see you, Scott.
You're traveling all the time. I just saw you at the Magic Castle.
I was just at the castle for a week and did like 27 shows or whatever. Yeah, it was fun.
And I saw you got standing ovations in the close-up
gallery.
gallery.
It was fun. Yeah, I was very proud to be there, be
it's
back.
Fun to go home, and Jack says welcome home.
Yep, exactly.
It's the best. Well, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay.
You too. Thank
Until
you
next
very
time.
much. Thank you.
That was Diamond Jim. Scotty out. In the dealer room, and while we are in the dealer room, it's important we actually get a chance to stop by and visit with the dealer. And we've had just a little bit of a lull. I say a lull because Sunday night was when they opened the floodgates, and it was flooded in here. I'm here with Joseph Daniels. Hey there, Joe.
I'm doing well. Hi, Scott.
Good to see you. And he's here with Arcane Relics. And where are you guys based?
Based in Louisville, Kentucky. And Chris Sipes is here with me, but he's in the middle of a pitch right now.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt him. That's why I see you kind of got like I said, a lull right now. We're kind of between some sessions before dinner, and people are getting ready to go out before this evening shows and everything. So how has this been for you guys?
Oh, it's been great. Stan Allen and his team do a fantastic job with Magic Live every year. It's been a delight. We've met a lot of people, and to be frank, we've sold quite a lot of stuff. It's been a real joy.
Yeah, most dealers have kind of been the same way. They can hardly keep up with the flow of everything. Have you had a particular popular seller of something?
Well, I hate to toot my own horn.
I hear a butt coming.
We have the original Alphabet Block Color Vision. It's called Revision, and it's been our big hit. As a matter of fact, Randy Pitchford, our new owner of the Magic Castle, just stopped by and bought one.
Oh, he did? Wow, how cool is that? And so most of the things you have are for the storyteller or the bizarre magician, would you say?
That's correct.
Okay. And how long have you guys been in business?
Well, Arcane Relics has been around in one form or another for about 6 years. I've been involved for about the last 4.
Okay. And you said, what's the other guy's name? Chris Sipes?
Chris Sipes and his son Corey. They are the core woodworkers that do this incredible woodwork you see in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And so he was the one who kind of founded the company then to begin with, and then you came on? Or
he is. I'm a humble employee and consultant.
Okay. They say consultant because you got some things you had, like with the box and everything.
That's true. He's been kind enough to feature a lot of my work, and we've meshed really well, and it doesn't hurt that our senses of humor have kept each other laughing through some of this trip.
Have you also then been involved with some of the script writing and the presentation side?
Absolutely. I really love story-driven magic, theatrical magic, and he saw a show and he's like, you really need to come and work with us, and it's been a joy. It really has.
Speaking a little bit about bizarre magic and this kind of thing, can I assume properly you're going to be going to Poe's Magic Conference this year?
Oh, absolutely. Vince and I are already planning big stuff. I talk to he and Vlad on a regular basis, and we're doing his conference, and then we immediately turn around the following weekend and we're in Texas with our own conference. It's called the Arcane Magic Summit.
I was just talking with Rolando Santos about that because I was asking about coming to the TAOM, and he said, I'm going to be in Dallas for another Bizarre conference. I said, I was unaware of that one, so tell me more about that.
The Arcane Relics Summit, this will be year number 2, and basically we just fell into it. Vince Wilson, very late in the game last year, was planning Poe's Magic's conference and had to cancel because of all the COVID restrictions in Baltimore. And we thought, everybody's taking the time off. They've booked airfare, why don't we do something? So we put on a convention not knowing if a soul would show up, and it was actually a really big hit. Mm-hmm. And so Vince, saw the opportunity of spreading our wings and allowing us to do different things across the United States. So we've got several bizarre events going on around the country, but those two in particular have incredible lineups this year. Vince has spared no expense making up for last year and has amazing talent, and then we're privileged to have people like Rolando who are going to be at both and actually doing a lot to bring more attention to theatrical magic. And by the way, Vince just completed an article that Rolando edited that will be in Linking Ring magazine about the evolution of bizarre magic and its history, and I'm told it's a fantastic article.
I think it's very important that people recognize what you just said there, Joe, is the fact that it's people might think bizarre magic, okay, well, it's of the devil, I'm not involved, or I don't want to do this or whatever, it's not my style. And when I was talking with Vince about this, Vince Wilson, I saying I don't think people necessarily realize the importance of storytelling and of the emotion that you will give into your performance. You don't have to be a bizarrist. You don't have to be an occultist or beat drums or whatever. I mean, it's a way that you get people to appreciate and have deeper feeling about magic rather than just something happen. Happy feelings are good, but this is a way of having people remember you and your presentation.
Absolutely. Evoking emotion is really what all theater is about.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
And well, no, it's been true for hundreds of years. I mean, the most famous ghost story ever is A Christmas Carol. And, I mean, Charles Dickens, you don't get any more classic literature than that. And all of those, even when Dickens himself was promoting the book, he was doing tours and doing readings with big, voices and playing characters. And I think somewhere along the line, where bizarre magic was founded in the 70s and there was a lot of Lovecraft and maniacal cackling, we've realized that we can evoke the same kind of thing just through tugging a few heartstrings, and it really broadens magic's appeal.
Well, I'm hoping that more people who are into magic will think about deepening their magic by attending these kinds of events, like with the Pose Magic Conference and with the Arcane Relics Convention that's going to be coming up then next. So, Joe, good talking to you. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Scott.
Good seeing you again, my friend.
Take care,
for the Magic Word Podcast. That was Joe Daniels. Scotty out. As we continue to mosey around in the dealer's room, I've come across Chris Philpott. Hey there, Chris.
Hey, how are you doing, Scott?
Fantastic. You have moved from LA during COVID. Yes. You moved to Canada, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Okay. And how are things up there compared to what it was like in LA? Is it a little bit more laid back as far as you don't have the traffic problem, I'm sure?
Oh, no, there's no traffic where we are.
Yeah.
I live in Windsor, which is the southernmost part of Canada, basically. So it's not that cold. Yeah. And I can see downtown Detroit from my front window. So I right into it. Now that we're there, it's like it's a great music city, and I'm going to see clubs and stuff. It's nice to do that.
That's great. For those people who are listening who may not know some of your history of performing and of inventing and things, that you're the guy who did 100 Monkeys and Into My Rope, or what is it?
Into My Rope trick, yes.
Yeah. And if you name a couple of other things over here that people might know.
Fade Away Deck was something I released just before COVID. What else did I release? French Postcards.
French Postcards, that was great. I love that.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun.
I put a video out on that as well. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's got nudity. It's got nudity. It's always good to have something extra.
A little kick at the end there. So I know for some people who are listening also, thinking, gosh, Chris Philpott was supposed to be coming and doing a lecture. I had booked you like on 30 different cities just
what
before
happened
COVID.
To that?
And darn COVID thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was literally the month I think you were going to get started, and then we had to postpone.
We had no idea what to do. It was just like, is it going to be over? Going to be saved? It was just
like a few weeks or what? Yeah.
We were on the phone like once a week or something going, what do we do? That would have been good. I think it was like 31 cities, and I was so looking forward to it.
Well, obviously they were too. I mean, this was one of the most popular lecture tours I had ever booked, because you don't ever lecture really any place, or you've never been on a tour like this, at least.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So
many great ideas you got.
Thanks. It's nice to think about some stuff and things I would really want to keep in the lecture when we do it again, whenever we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And things I'd like to do new stuff with.
You're a deep thinker. I mean, and a lot of people recognize that. And when you're hanging around Magic Castle all the time,
I'm shallow too. So if you just like dumb tricks, come to the lecture.
come to the lecture. Well, I'm hoping we actually get to redo the lecture this fall. Hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah. I would like to have Labor Day because that's a Detroit Jazz Festival, and I am dying to go there.
We've got the TAOM. It's going to be going on that time.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking if we get started like mid-September and go through October, it might be a good time.
That sounds good for me.
Before it really gets ice in the road or everything. So people who are listening to this, you might kind of think also of who had booked Chris before, you might want to get back to me and say, hey, that sounds good for us in the fall.
My rates have doubled.
So you're now $40 instead of $20.
Exactly. That's right.
So during lockdown, what have you done as far as inventing some ideas or thinking about things or doing some writing, or do you do some Zoom, or what do you do?
Oh, I only did 2 Zoom lectures during the entire thing. I didn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
I did one for a magic group in India, and all of a sudden I have 500 Indian Facebook friends. They were enthusiastic. It was nice. And but on the whole, it's not the same as going to a place and getting to know the people a bit. And for tricks, there was like no motivation to finish anything.
Good point.
You know, because nobody's.
I can work tomorrow. Obviously, this is going on a little bit longer, so I can do some more later.
And this and that, and I worked on some screenplays, and I've got some this new reality series that we've got a lot of interest from the studio for, so we're excited about that. And
well, I know that's your main work is as a screenwriter, and nothing was happening in LA, which was a good reason for getting out, since there's really not much work there at the time.
But also people in LA got used to Zoom meetings. So now that I'm, out of LA, it's like it's no big deal to do a Zoom meeting. It's like so it's just everything changed. Everything.
How do you like the convention here so far?
It's great. Yeah, it's fantastic so far. Yeah.
What have you enjoyed the most so far, or anything that you bought that I see you got a book in your hand over here. Well,
I got the
Max Malini book. Everybody, that's a great one.
I'm excited to read that. Max has been a big inspiration for me, and I want to get to know more about it. What's been the best so far? I don't know. Lunch today was good.
Well, we're just getting started. The first day, we really haven't even completed a full day yet. We just had we had a general session, then a couple of focus groups, and that's it so far. And then the dealer's room,
Yeah.
And the pizza was good last night.
Yeah. Michael Weber's ruler was pretty cool.
Yes, I love that.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking of Zoom, that was something that would work well for a Zoom show, also.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's the best trick I've seen so far. But in the dealer's room so crowded, it was impossible to just see things last night. So I'm just sort of getting to do it now.
It was like a carnival midway last night.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And now just actually time to go see stuff, and some guy comes and interviews me.
That's right. I have interrupted your dealer fix.
Well, no, it's fine. I just
saving you money.
$125 on one book. I probably should be stopped.
Well, one of the books that is quickly selling out, and I think maybe already, it was Nick DeFott's new book that Gabe Fieri was selling over there.
Yeah, that was an interesting lecture that he gave.
Yeah, on the session, I love that, because he was talking about how to create stooges, if you will, or at least stage whisperers on stage in real time.
Yeah, cueing. I mean, I think we're all familiar with it from magic and mentalism, but doing it, I didn't really realize it had a history in comedy as well, and that's really interesting. You could do just crazy stuff.
It was interesting. Well, Chris, I'm going to let you go spend some more money. Good seeing you.
Thanks.
I look forward to seeing you this fall. We get together and come by the house and spend some time and sit and chat for a much longer time. Always good seeing you, friend.
Good to see you, man.
It's a Magic Word Podcast. That was Chris Philpott. Scotty out. So as we're leaving the dealer's room, and it's a little bit quieter, as you can tell in the background over here than right now, kind of in the hall. I think everybody's getting ready to head to dinner then right now before the evening shows and everything begin. There was a gentleman who I met then at Magi Fest earlier this year, Ben DeTika, and here he is. Hey, Ben.
Hi, everyone. It's amazing to see you, Scott. I hope that you're enjoying yourself. I know that you are.
I'm having a wonderful time, and one of the things I really want to find out from you, because I was asking you, this isn't your first Magic Live, and you said, yes, it is. So tell me, what's this experience like for you?
So this is my very first Magic Live, and the interesting thing is that Scott and we met during my very first Magi Fest experience, which was, this past January.
Yeah.
So that was amazing, and this is amazing on steroids, I have to say. This is really a tremendous...
You're following me, aren't you? I can tell.
This is a really tremendous experience. You get to see all of the greats in Magic, including Scott, and you get to interact with everyone. Dealer's Room is amazing. The focus sessions were tremendous. I took one with Michael Weber. That was very, very amazing. Very entertaining too. A lot of good jokes mixed in with the tricks, which I really enjoyed. And then following that, I took Joshua J.
Yep.
He had amazing card tricks, which he said that they'll be published in the handout afterwards. So that was an amazing experience. I'm really looking forward to the shows tonight. And
what shows are you going to be seeing? I've got to see the documentary.
The documentary as well.
Okay.
So
now, this afternoon, did you go to the close-up experience?
I have not yet. I think tomorrow I'm due for the close-up experience.
I had it at 12:30 and I forgot. I thought it was later.
You can always join me tomorrow, Scott. I think.
I can.
No, I think they have standby tickets.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do the standby tonight for 7 o'clock, because the thing we've got the documentary, I think I've got it like at 7:40. No, at 6 o'clock I think it was tonight. I could do a standby. Anyhow, I'm not sure what the close-up experience is going to be this year, but it's always really great. They have just perfect sight lines, good conditions and lighting and everything, so you're going to enjoy that then too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part
so far?
of this so far?
Talking to you. I really enjoy getting a chance to walk around and see everybody. Last evening, whenever we had the pizza party, it was so much fun. And then walking into the dealer's room, and I made after 3 hours, making one pass and saying hello to everybody. It was like a midway at a state fair or something. It was just packed with so many people last night.
It's like a reunion, isn't it?
It is a reunion of seeing a lot of friends, because there's so many cool people who are hanging out here that you don't get to see all that often.
Exactly.
Or that I might see, this is just a place where everybody, comes.
Exactly.
But there's 1,600 magicians here. Sold out.
Wow.
Wow. So, Dealer's Room, what was it that you purchased so far?
Dealer's Room purchased a good amount from Pro Mystic.
Oh, of course.
So Pro-Mystic, amazing stuff. If I'm sure
Craig Filisetti's got the best stuff. Yeah.
He does. I'm sure your listeners know about it. If you don't, definitely learn about it, because they have amazing stuff. Great mentalism stuff. Paul Richards, I definitely have to mention him, because his stuff is terrific. He's really a genius.
Yep.
As
very
is
creative.
Michael Weber, his booth, amazing stuff over there too, with Tim Trano.
Right.
So everything is amazing, but those few stuck out to me particularly. Everything else is amazing. It's also great seeing Craig Petty at Penguin. So I'm a huge fan of his work. So
have you ever attended the Mindvention Mentalism?
I have. I've attended it. This year they had it online.
Yes.
So I attended that. That was great. I'm really looking forward to the in-person Mindvention. Are you a regular attendee?
I have been for years. Yeah, good. I haven't gone to any online ones then. My best friends, Jamie Salinas, has been involved, I know, with the one online and everything, and some other things that have been some online mentalism conventions with, my mind went blank. The guy from Italy, I think, are had done a few things. Anyhow, but I don't know if they're having one in person this year.
I see.
Typically, it's just down the road, over at the Palace.
Right.
Hotel and casino. But anyhow, this is just a great convention. And
it's
so,
amazing.
What made you want to sign up and register for this convention?
Definitely the socialization with.
You just heard about it, I guess, or. Kind of. Go ahead.
Well, socializing with all of your friends. But what I did is actually I found out through your page, Scott. You have on your podcast page, webpage, you have a whole list of conventions. So I'm sure your followers know about it. But if you don't, definitely check it out.
Thank you for telling about that.
Yes.
Those who don't,
yes,
they should go there.
It's a great resource. He has all of the conventions listed by date. So that's how I started finding out about Magi Fest and Magic Live and all the others.
Are you planning on any more for the rest of this year, or are you kind of
any more?
Well, I see you at another one. I guess what I'm asking.
If there was another Vegas one, you would definitely bet on seeing me there. But
I just got to make sure all the appliances.
Nothing you can think of.
Nothing I can think of offhand.
Okay. Yeah.
But Magi Fest and Magic Live, those are the huge ones, right?
They are
They're
the two largest
most popular
ones.
ones.
Yeah. Seems like. Well, Ben, very good. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure, Scott. Always a pleasure seeing you. And
thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
All right, and thanks very much for listening, and thanks for enjoying this. And
Yes.
you remember this experience, because there's nothing like a first time for anything, and to have a convention like this and looking around, seeing people. I mean, Teller sitting in the audience, in front of me, at Michael Weber's lecture, and different people who are just here. And I was having a sandwich downstairs, and David Copperfield came by and said hello and fist bumped me,
Wow,
and so
good.
it's just cool. Who do you see
It is
literally
so cool.
walking around,
So cool.
So anyhow, Ben, thanks very much.
Thank you, Scott.
So for the Magic Word podcast, that was Ben Ditka. I'm going to say it again. Datica. Sorry.
You were very close.
So close. There we go. Scotty out. So before we leave the convention floor and get ready for the evening shows, maybe have a little bit of dinner first, I ran into Earl Cheney. Hey there, Earl.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Awful good to see you. And are you going to be... Have you been in part of the convention, seen some of it already, or are you just kind of hanging out because you're local?
I've been hanging out for years, since this started. I just saw Stan a while ago, and I said hi. I said, "You carrying your suit?" But I've never just come as a participant.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people, I think, who come here, and that's part of the advantage of having it in Las Vegas, because you have a lot of locals who, like you, are celebrity who to come and show up.
I'm one of the last of the old timers.
You are. And
I don't know if there's anybody left but me.
I encourage everybody to go back in the archives and to listen to at least, we've done this twice. We've had exclusively with you, and we're with you and Fielding and some others, and it's where we've been talking, because, you know all the stories and where all the skeletons are buried here.
And we're getting those. If you haven't seen it in the news, they just found one in a barrel
here
at the lake.
In Las Vegas?
Yeah, Lake Mead.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it because it's getting lower and they're finding more stuff? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was it was so low, it was in the dirt and the sand.
Yeah.
And they opened it up and there was a skeleton inside. And now they're tracing it back to probably the mob. And in the paper today it said in the dark
They don't want to use the word mob.
times of Las Vegas. I thought, wait a minute, this is the dark times. The mob was wonderful. I worked for plenty of them. They were great.
What made them great?
Because it made this town good. Because let's say you was in this hotel that wasn't built then, but let's say you were in this hotel and you just won $100,000. If somebody tried to rob you anywhere in the parking lot they'd never get to the airport.
Oh boy. Okay.
Because they took care of that.
Yeah.
And it was a safe town. Everybody walked around any time of the night. Nobody had problems here. Now, not just here, but across this whole country. Mass shootings everywhere. That's amazing.
Another thing I've heard, or I remember, was they had like 99-cent shrimp cocktails, or $5 prime rib.
49-cent breakfasts.
Yeah.
Downtown at the Fremont, I used to eat 49-cent. $1.49 for a barbecue rib dinner. It wasn't just one rib or something. It was a big dinner.
Because they're trying to encourage you to come in and gamble.
Because, again, why isn't that happening today? This last month, in March, it was they made more money than ever in the history in 1 month. Billions of dollars.
In Las Vegas, the city of Las Vegas.
Yes, but all the casinos across the country are making more money every month. There's every month here, especially.
Because everybody's jumping out of COVID and they're really ready to come back.
Because everybody's hurting so bad, they think that they can go into a casino and win. I believe that's what it is.
Gotcha.
Thinking they can take that $100 that they have and turn it into $1,000, and it doesn't happen. So they're making billions. They've made billions every month for the last 6 months, more money than they've ever made ever.
Huh.
And they don't pay any taxes.
That's interesting. Did not know that. Another thing that people may not know also is you were one of the original Ronald McDonalds.
Yeah.
As well. And so what do you think was the reason that Ronald kind of disappeared?
Why he disappeared?
Yeah.
He disappeared because of management, I believe, now, again. It's
the
same reason this guy that's taking a picture of me, he's ex-Ringling too, and we happen to be very dear friends. It's the same reason Ringling is not here. And to lose both of them a couple of years ago, a few years ago already, really made me as sad as I guess I could ever be in my career, because why lose a show that's been around 146 years
Right.
just because of your kids that don't know how to control it? And that's what it was. It wasn't because of PETA. I mean, people are so...
Really? I thought it was PETA.
What?
I thought it was because of PETA,
No.
because of the elephants
In
and
fact,
all that.
well, see, again, and in the days, I mean, while I was still there long, long ago, they used to start picketing us at that time. But it wasn't PETA. We I wish it would have been we. Kenneth Feld won $5 million on that suit. They did not beat us. The kid that was a groom for the elephants, they were taking care of him, paying his rent and paying him money to testify that we had hurt the elephants. We never. Why would anybody in the world hurt their animals that were making the living for them?
Right.
It never happened. And I know that it can happen because Hugo Schmidt, a German trainer, elephant man that taught me how to ride, I knew what he did, and there was guys that did treat him.
There are bad apples in everything.
Well,
every organization
but a
or
bull
industry.
hook, I own a brand new bull hook. You cannot hurt that elephant with a bull hook. All you can do is tap him like this, like getting him in line if he does something wrong. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But PETA didn't beat us, but it was his daughters, that he let them have it and take over control, and pretty soon, one of the daughters that was running it at that time, she got a letter from some parents in D.C. or someplace, and said the clown slapped the other clown and made my little girl cry. Well, what did they do?
They shut down everything.
You can't take a slap anymore.
Yeah.
Now you can't kick them in the keister anymore. You can't fall down on the ground anymore. You can't do anything that I was taught from the best
Used to be
clowns
funny,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
world. You know.
Well, one thing, and then I'm going to let you go. I was talking with Dal Sanders, who was past one.
Is he
And
here?
every time he takes pictures, he always makes sure that his hands are up in the air. And I guess he said that was something he learned from Ronald McDonald, because if they think that you're fondling or squeezing somebody's butt, whether it's an adult or a child, you get in trouble.
There's plenty of things like that. I was trained not to. If I had a soda, cup of coffee, it had to go. If I saw a camera anywhere, it either went behind my back, because they can take that out and put anything in that hand in that
I see.
position they
Sure.
want.
Interesting.
But now, see, amateur clowns all wear gloves, and that's not a true thing to do either. If you do that with gloves, it's the worst picture in the world, because they're always going to be dirty.
Yeah.
I never wore gloves,
Okay.
except in production numbers.
Right.
And they were always dirty. So,
We could sit here and talk
I
for
know,
another
I know,
hours.
and I love
Earl,
you.
thank you very much. I love you, man.
welcome.
So go give me a hug. It's so good to see you. So the Magic Word Podcast. That was Earl Cheney. Okay, this is Scotty out.
I left the building.